Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and as you can see from the radar right here, there is the winter storm right here. It is developing as we speak. It is starting off as rain for much of Missouri and much of Illinois and much of northern Indiana, as well as in parts of western Michigan. You can see the snow starting to develop in northern Missouri, western Illinois, even a little bit in Iowa. So you can see the development that we are dealing with right here. So yeah, this is going to be a very crazy situation. The governors of Missouri and Illinois have declared states of emergency for their states. Governor Mike Parson of Missouri declared a state of emergency about an hour ago. As Governor Pritzker declared a national disaster proclamation, which is Illinois' similar. Basically, it's Illinois' state of emergency. You could say it's Illinois' version of it. So yeah, they've declared states of emergency effectively as they are preparing for the storm. We're going to actually go ahead and go right into these snow totals and see how much each area is going to get. This is parts of the Chicago area, as well, including northern Indiana, as well as parts of Illinois and the suburbs of Chicago and everything. Heavy snow and dangerous travel conditions expected. Total snow accumulations of 9 to 14 inches through Wednesday afternoon. The highest snowfall rates in excess of 1 inch per hour will occur late tonight through Wednesday morning. An additional 2 to 5 inches of snow may fall from Wednesday night through Thursday. So that's 11 to 19 inches. They had it at 9 to 18. They've upped it to 11 to 19 for this part of Indiana and Illinois. So this is very crazy right here. This is a crazy situation right here that is going on. This is for portions of northwest Indiana and east central Illinois. It starts at 10 o'clock tonight and goes on until 6 p.m. on Thursday. Impacts. Travel will be very difficult to impossible. The hazardous conditions will impact both the morning and evening commutes on Wednesday and Thursday. And if you're in this area right here, and if you're in this part of the country right here, if you're in this part of Indiana and this part of Illinois, I would go, even though it's raining right now, I would go and get supplies before it starts the transition, because once the transition starts, there's basically you can't really it's very difficult to travel at that point. You can't. I'm not saying. I know I was about to say you can't travel, but which isn't true. It's very difficult to do that. I would not advise traveling unless you absolutely have to, unless there's an emergency or something like that. So let's go ahead and move on. This is for parts of Indiana, including South Bend, Fort Wayne, that area. Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulation of 10 to 15 inches with locally higher amounts and ice accumulations of a light glaze. This also is for southwest Michigan as well. From 1 a.m. From 1 a.m. Eastern Time, midnight Central Time, to Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time on Thursday. Excuse me, I said Wednesday, it's Thursday. Same thing, travel could be very difficult to impossible. Additional details, rain will change into snow from northwest to southeast tonight. The first round of snow late tonight into Wednesday evening will be when the heaviest snow will occur, with 8 to 12 inches of snow expected for that period. Additional lighter amounts expected Thursday, along with blowing and drifting snow and falling temperatures. Visibilities will be reduced Thursday, especially in rural areas. Precautionary preparedness actions. This storm will bring potentially dangerous winter weather early Wednesday through Thursday. Unplowed roads are likely to become impassable over most areas. Plummeting wind chills accompanied by blowing and drifting snow could bring a potentially lethal travel situation, with wind chills falling below zero if you become stuck in your vehicle Thursday night. Not my words, the National Weather Service is. Plan now to make any needed travel changes to avoid travel during this time. Monitor the latest forecasts for updates on this developing major winter storm. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of emergency. So I would advise I would not travel. Just do not travel at all unless it's a medical emergency. Now this is for central Illinois, including the Illinois capital, Springfield. Heavy snow and sleet expected. Total snow accumulations of 5 to 15 inches, with higher amounts favoring locations near Interstate 72. Sleet accumulations up to 0.2 of an inch. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. If the visibility gets below 1/4 of a mile, that's blizzard conditions right there. So keep that in mind, people who are listening from that area. It starts at 9 p.m. this evening, goes till 6 p.m. on Thursday. Impacts travel will become very difficult to impossible. Widespread blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Power outages may also occur, especially with that sleet and potential ice. That's a possibility right there. Now let's go ahead. This is the NWS warning for St. Louis in Missouri. Heavy mixed precipitation expected. There's total snow accumulations between 7 and 14 inches. Sleet accumulations around, get this, 3/4 of an inch. Wow. 3/4 of an inch of sleet. That's crazy to see right there. That's basically how sleet forms, is that it starts to snow, and then it melts if the temperature is above freezing in upper area of the higher area of the atmosphere. Then as it goes below and the temperature goes, as it falls and the temperature goes below zero, it refreezes into sleet, essentially falling ice at that point. Although it's not as bad as freezing rain, but yeah, which will get 2/10 of an inch. Ice accumulations around 2/10 of an inch. Impact for portions of south central and southwest Illinois. Impacts the strong. I forgot to mention winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. If that, once again, if that visibility gets below 1/4 of a mile, that's blizzard conditions right there. Impacts the strong winds and weight of the snow on tree limbs may down power lines and could cause sporadic power outages. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. The hazardous conditions could, I wouldn't say could, I would say they would impact the Wednesday morning and evening commutes. So, yeah. Also, I want to bring attention to this right here. Travel will be very dangerous once the freezing rain begins. Travel is strongly discouraged unless it is an emergency. Avoid any downed power lines and be ready in case of loss of power. Untreated roads and bridges and sidewalks and parking lots will be treacherous. It only takes a small amount of sleet to make roads, bridges, sidewalks, and parking lots icy and dangerous. Plan for a slow trip and use caution when approaching turns, bridges, and overpasses. Remain alert for rapid changes in road conditions. If you're in the St. Louis area and you're listening to this, do not travel unless you absolutely have to. Do not travel. In fact, I would get supplies while it is still raining right now. It's still raining in the St. Louis area right now. I would get supplies while it's still. You still have time to get supplies, because once that temperature goes below freezing, that's when the transition begins, and you basically cannot be out during that. And now let's go ahead and move on. This is for Kansas City right here. Total snow accumulation 5 to 12 inches. From 9 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. Thursday. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. Okay. This is the winter storm warning for Cleve in Cleveland, Ohio. I know I'm jumping around, but I'm trying to cover as many major cities as I can in as short of amount of time as possible as well. Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulation of 9 to 14 inches and ice accumulations of a light glaze. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. This is for northern Ohio right here, from 7 a.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. Friday. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. Additional details: heavy snow expected Wednesday afternoon through Thursday. Snowfall rates may exceed an inch an hour at times. So, yeah, if you're in Cleveland, I'd pay attention to this. This is the winter storm warning for Norman. We're going to Oklahoma now. This is the winter storm warning for Norman, Oklahoma. It remains in effect from 9 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. on Thursday. Accumulating snow, sleet, and freezing rain expected. 3 to 5 inches of snow is possible in the northwest, northern, central, and southwestern Oklahoma, and western North Texas. Locally, higher amounts of snow of up to 8 inches will be possible. Ice accumulations around 1/4 of an inch and more on portions of southern, central, and southeastern Oklahoma. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Impacts: travel could be very difficult. Power outages will be possible, especially across portions of southern and southeastern Oklahoma. The cold wind chills as low as 10 below zero could result in hypothermia if precautions are not taken. So, yeah, and this is Oklahoma we're talking about. So they're less prepared than they are, for example, where the brunt of the storm is going to be in the Midwest, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. This is for Texas. This is a winter storm watch for the Dallas area. Ice accumulations of around 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch are possible. Total snow or sleet accumulations up to 3 inches possible. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. Travel could be very difficult on elevated bridges, overpasses, and roadways. Hazardous conditions could impact the morning and evening commutes. Thursday and Friday, wind chills are as low as 5 below, could result in hypothermia if precautions are taken. And keep in mind, this is Texas we're talking about. They're not used to weather like this, especially in the Dallas area. They're more used to tornadoes and everything. Now they got winter weather to deal with. Now, this is a bit more serious. This is a winter storm warning for parts of Arkansas right here. A winter storm system approaching from the west will bring 1 to 4 inches of snow and sleet accumulation for portions of the area. Locally higher amounts possible. Ice accumulations of up to 1/10 to one half of an inch or higher are possible. Yeah, you cannot drive on ice. You cannot drive on ice. But anyway, yeah, the reason the snow totals are that low is because in Arkansas, the criteria for a winter storm warning is different than it is up in St. Louis, up in Chicago, and across the country. And they're also getting the warning because of the potential of up to half an inch of ice. So that's pretty crazy right there. This is for northern Arkansas, Wednesday afternoon to Thursday evening. Plan on dangerous travel conditions and possible power outages. So that's it. Now this is the winter storm warning. This is for Indianapolis and Indiana right here. The winter storm warning remains in effect from 7 a.m. to Wednesday to 1 a.m. Friday. So yeah, this thing is not kidding around. It's even in Indianapolis is getting some. A brief period of snow and of sleet and freezing rain followed by heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations in excess of 7 inches with ice accumulations of a light glaze. So it could be more than 7 inches in some areas. This is for portions of central, east central, and western Indiana from 7 a.m. Wednesday to 1 a.m. Friday. And impacts travel could be very difficult to impossible. Patchy blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Now, yeah, this is Indianapolis we're talking about, so this is pretty crazy in itself. Now, we're going back to Ohio. This is the winter storm warning for parts of Ohio. This is just outside of Dayton, just for some context. Heavy mixed precipitation expected. 7 to 12 inches of snow and ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch expected. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Portions of central and west central Ohio from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. Friday. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. We already covered that. Wind chills will likely fall near or below 0 degrees Friday and Friday night. So that's basically it. This is the winter storm watch for Cleveland right here. Heavy mixed precipitation possible. Actually, this is for Cleveland. This is actually for the parts of Pennsylvania that are under the watch. So, yeah, 6 to 10 inches of snow and ice accumulation up to a light glaze from Wednesday evening through Friday morning. Impacts travel could be very difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Additional details: heavy snow expected on Thursday. Snowfall rates may exceed 1 inch per hour at times. So that in itself is pretty crazy. This is a winter storm watch. This is for Buffalo, New York. In fact, there is literally winter weather alerts. I want to show this. There are literally winter weather alerts from New Mexico all the way to the U.S.-Canadian border at this point. That's how widespread this is. I just want to put that in perspective very quickly. Now let's get back to this. For the Buffalo area, heavy snow possible. 9 inches or more is possible in that area. In all of western and north central New York from Wednesday evening through Friday afternoon. Impacts travel could become very difficult. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning and evening commutes on Thursday, as well, and also on Friday morning. So, yeah, begin your needed preparations at home with your vehicle if you're in the Buffalo area. So, yeah, I know that was a lot to cover and everything. This is just a lot of information I need to go through and everything. So, yeah, this is some of the models we're looking at right here. This is the North American model right here. They're in parts of St. Louis, they're expecting a foot of snow. In Cook County, the gradient is pretty steep right there. Southern Cook County could get up to 15, 16, 17 inches. Northern Cook County could probably get an inch at that point. At this point, and in these edges, the difference between an inch and a foot of snow can be literally 30 miles at this point. And yeah, and you can see there's up to 2 feet of snow if the North American model it holds. And this is just one model right here. Keep that in mind. And up to potentially more than 2 inches of snow in parts of central Illinois and central in Indiana right there. This is Another model right here has Cook County getting more snow, about 15 inches right here, maybe in Chicago. St. Louis still getting a foot right there. Cleveland getting 18 inches. Toledo 16. Detroit 12 inches right there. So this is the GEM RDPS right here. It's a very widespread right here. Potentially a foot and a half in St. Louis, potentially a foot in Chicago, basically a foot in Cleveland, 15 inches in Toledo, 14 inches in Detroit. So yeah, this is the GEM GDPS right here. Potentially up to 18 inches of snow in Chicago, about 10.5 inches in St. Louis, 16 inches in northwestern Indiana, 13 in Detroit, 15 in Toledo, 9 inches in Cleveland, and 12 and about over a foot of snow in Erie, Pennsylvania. Now this is the European model right here. Potentially 10 inches of snow in Chicago. There's that gradient right there. Basically over a foot of snow in St. Louis. Indianapolis right there may get quite a lot of snow right there. So there's that. Michigan, Detroit over a foot. Toledo 15 inches. Cleveland 11 inches. Erie 15.5 inches. This is the GFS model right here, and that gradient is back in Cook County. 7.2 inches potentially in Chicago, 16.8 and potentially in St. Louis, 17 inches in some areas of northwestern Indiana. Springfield could see 20 inches. This is Sangamon County right here. Springfield could see 20 inches. In fact, much of central Illinois and Indiana could see that. 15 inches in Toledo, 14 in Cleveland, 12 a foot of snow in Erie, and 13.5 in Pennsylvania. In Detroit, please excuse me. Now, yeah, this is basically what we're looking at right here. This is basically what we're looking at. Now, I'm sorry. I know this is a longer video than I usually make, but there's so much information I need to dissect here, and to show you guys that it's basically took me this time to really really do this and everything for you guys. So I do apologize for this being a longer video, but with that being said, that's going to wrap this up. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Really helps me out. Helps me make out more videos like these. Really helps inform more people in the public on what's going on right now, and just gets them shed some light on the subject. So I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe, turn on those notifications, and like this video as well. But with that being said, have a wonderful day, guys. Be very careful, and most importantly, stay safe.